Here's what's going to frustrate thousands of Disney World guests in early 2027, and Disney just made it official. Walt Disney World has just dropped the news that their beloved Skyliner gondola system will shut down completely for an entire week in January 2027. Mark your calendars, and maybe reconsider your vacation dates. The aerial transportation marvel will go dark from January 24th through January 30th, 2027. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just a one-time inconvenience. Disney's alternative transportation plan, good enough? When the gondolas stop gliding through the Florida sky, Disney promises to roll out complimentary bus transportation to fill the gap. Sounds reasonable on paper, right? Guests staying at 4 major resort hotels, Disney's Riviera Resort, Caribbean Beach Resort, Art of Animation Resort, and Pop Century Resort, will rely entirely on these backup buses to reach Epcot and Disney's Hollywood studios. But let's be honest, anyone who's experienced both the Skyliner's smooth scenic journey and Disney's sometimes crowded bus system knows these aren't exactly equivalent experiences. The question many guests are asking is whether Disney's backup plan truly matches the convenience and magic that the Skyliner provides. A pattern that's raising eyebrows. Here's the part most people missed in Disney's announcement. This 2027 closure isn't happening in isolation. Disney had already announced another week-long Skyliner shutdown, scheduled for January 25 to 31, 2026. That's 2 consecutive years of January closures. And it's revealing a pattern that some Disney observers find concerning. Since the Skyliner made its spectacular debut in 2019, Disney has consistently chosen January as their preferred month for these maintenance shutdowns. The aerial transportation system has experienced planned closures during January in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Interestingly, 2025 broke this pattern with no January closure, but the back-to-back announcements for 2026 and 2027 suggest Disney is firmly recommitting to this winter maintenance schedule. And this is the part most people miss. While Disney frames these as routine maintenance periods, critics argue that a transportation system requiring annual week-long shutdowns might indicate deeper reliability concerns. The bigger question Disney doesn't want you asking. Since its launch, the Skyliner has undeniably transformed how guests move between Disney's resort hotels and theme parks. The gondola system offers breathtaking aerial views and has become an attraction in its own right for many visitors. However, the consistent need for these extended maintenance windows raises an uncomfortable question. Should a modern transportation system require this much downtime? Compare this to Disney's monorail system, which operates with significantly fewer extended closures, or consider how other major theme park transportation systems worldwide manage maintenance without such disruptive shutdowns. This pattern of annual week-long closures seems unusually frequent for what Disney promotes as a state-of-the-art transportation solution. What this really means for your Disney vacation. If you're planning a Disney World trip for late January in either 2026 or 2027, you're facing a choice: accept the bus transportation alternative or potentially reschedule your visit. Disney expects the Skyliner to return to normal operations on February 1, 2026, and January 31, 2027, respectively. But here's the controversial truth. Some Disney veterans argue that these annual closures represent a failure in Disney's initial design and engineering of the Skyliner system. They contend that a properly designed and constructed transportation system shouldn't require such extensive annual maintenance periods. Others defend Disney's approach, arguing that proactive maintenance ensures long-term reliability and guest safety. They point out that the week-long closures, while inconvenient, demonstrate Disney's commitment to maintaining their transportation infrastructure at the highest standards. So here's the question that's dividing Disney fans. Is Disney's pattern of annual Skyliner shutdowns a responsible approach to maintenance, or does it reveal fundamental flaws in the system's design and construction? Are these closures truly necessary for safety and reliability, or are they evidence that Disney rushed the Skyliner to market without adequate testing? What's your take on Disney's handling of Skyliner maintenance? Do you think these annual shutdowns are justified, or should Disney have built a system that doesn't require such disruptive maintenance schedules? And if you've experienced both the Skyliner and Disney's bus transportation, do you think the backup service is an adequate replacement during these closures?